Hi, George here. Let's take a look at what I consider to be the best free screen recording software. Right now, 2022 is going to be the same thing for 2023. I'm sure of that. And what we want here is Streamlabs OBS. There we go. And it should be right here at the top of the Google search. Click on that. And here we go. And there's a free and a paid version of this. We're using just the free version. And it's right down here. Big button. It's for Windows, as you can see. The Ultra version up here is the paid version, marvelous version, but all we care about is the free version. Now this is an online streaming program and can do great stuff with online streaming, but we'll just be using the screen recording part of this program. So let's click on the button right here and we'll download this. I've already downloaded mine, but I'll go ahead, I'll just do it again here so we're nice and clean on that. It downloads pretty fast. As you can see, that's all that took. I'll then click on this and we'll launch the installer. Just choose yes. Basic licensing agreement. You should go ahead and take a look through that. Nothing really particularly special about it though. Choose I agree. I always install to the default directory, no reason not to. Choose install on that. I'll go ahead and we'll install this. And notice that it installs very fast. It's actually a very quick install on this program. Not really a big program to worry about at all. There we go. That was it. It's installed. Let's now just run the desktop. Choose finish. Choose yes. It's now going to go up and check for any updated files. So it downloads a basic version and then it updates that version, which it's doing right now. This goes very, very fast. It's actually a very quick install on this. We'll let this finish and then we'll get this going, and I'll be walking you through how to get the program set up, how to put your settings in here for the program, and also, of course, the most important, how to record and how to stop recording, and then where you're going to find your recording once you've finished doing that. So we'll cover all of those aspects so you won't be missing anything here as soon as this thing finishes. And again, we're just going to be using just the recording part of this, the screen recording part of this, and not the streaming part. And it will give us an option on that when we first start the program. We can set that up to do just recording. If you want to, you can always go back and change that to streaming. If you want to add in streaming later on, that's just fine. It's still there. This is going to be hiding that stuff, making it a bit simpler for us to work with. Okay, it's now downloaded all of the updates and it's loading in. There we go. Now I've already set this up, so it's using my setup right now. As you can see, I have it recording my complete screen. So this is the program out here, and it's recording the program in here, and that's recording and so forth. Kind of fun look in there, but we're seeing the whole screen right in here. Notice I already have my mic set up as well. Let's now take a look at the options for this. Come down here, bottom left-hand corner, little gear icon right there, click on that. And here's the options. General basic stuff. You can check your language right here. You can show a confirmation dialog when you're starting and stopping streams. Keep recording when stream stops if you want to. Automatically start replay buffer while streaming. Basic stuff. You can use the scroll wheel, by the way, to go up and down on this if you have a scroll wheel on your mouse. What we care about, though, right down here is output. And we'll do streaming first. I like working in advanced mode. You have more options to take a look at. I have the encoder here set for software X264. There we go. That's good. Rate control CBR is correct. I'll be leaving all these things at their defaults right now. Test it out, see how it goes, and you can then adjust that if you need to. You can scroll down on here. The CPU usage default is very fast, which is good. You have options of super fast, very fast, and so forth. If you look right here, the higher is less CPU use. So if you have a faster computer, you can come down here and choose one of these settings. It seems backwards, of course, but basically, the more powerful your computer, the slower you can set this, and it'll give you higher quality. But the default is very fast. There are a few profiles. I'll leave it at the default, which is just none. Let's now switch over here to recording. And right here, you can change your recording path. This is the important one. By default, it will go into your standard video file, which is inside of your user directory. But I also have mine set up for a different location. I have my special location just for this one channel right here. So I'll be saving it into this location. Recording format is MP4. That's correct. Everything else looks fine. You can also check audio in here if you want to. I'll just leave this at the defaults. In replay buffer, I'll leave that alone. Output is all set. Let's now check the audio settings right here. 44.1 kilohertz, that's fine. Stereo is fine. Desktop audio device. I'll use my regular speakers right here. Microphone, I have mine with my Yeti Nano right there. That's fine. Notice we can use several devices in here. That's correct on those. Let's check out video. Here's the base resolution, and I'm doing it at 1080p, which is 1920 by 1080. And I have the output at the same size. You can scale down if you want to on the output. I'll leave mine at the same size. Everything else looks good. 30 frames per second is fine. You can change that as well if you want to. There are a lot more options as you can see. Let's take a look at advanced in here. Everything looks fine on this. And we'll just scroll down. When you come down to here, here is the file name formatting. Right now it's going to be doing year, month, date, and hour, minute, second. If you want to, you can change that in here, but I'll leave that at the default as well. You can choose to overwrite if the file exists or not. I'll leave that alone. So everything looks good. You can now choose done, and we're finished with that. Next thing you want to do is come down here and give yourself a scene to record into. I already have one set up. Maybe just trash this and I'll do that again. There we go. So we'll set up a scene. Click on the plus right here, adds a new scene. I'll just call this one screen record. And choose done. And that's our recording right here. We then need to choose a source for the recording. So click on the plus sign. Here we go. And here, basic options, media file, video capture device, your webcam, screen capture. We do an individual window if you wanted to right down here. A lot of basic options. What I want is just screen capture. I'll choose that. Choose add source. You can see there is that screen capture. That's fine. Add source. And there we go. I'm now recording my screen, which is recording the screen, which is recording the screen, and so forth on into infinity. You see right down here, here's my volume control for the microphone. That's looking pretty good. Like I just kind of poking into the yellow most of the time. I think that's fine. And now we're all set. We can go ahead and record. So you click on the record button, bottom right-hand corner. It's now recording. If you want this out of the way, I'm going to just minimize that. I could then record the screen if I wanted to and show you all these steps as record steps, and then just bring that back up again. And it's right here. When you're finished recording, see here's how much record time you've spent. 19 seconds right now, 20 seconds. When you're done recording, just hit the record button again. It now stops the recording. It's now done. And we can go ahead and take a look at the file. And for that, I'll bring up the folder that we saved it into. And there we go. That's one that we just recorded. Let's just double click on this. I have this opening up in the VLC media player. Bring this up. And there we go. Playing just fine inside the VLC media player. Okay, let's just get that out of the way. So as you can see, real easy to use and of course, completely free. And again, that's the Streamlabs OBS at streamlabs.com. I'll put this link in the description so you can easily get to this page without having to do that Google search for it. If you like this video, hit that like button, click on share, click on subscribe, and I'll see you next time.